going live. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together, because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Yay!
Well, a big hello to everybody. I would read out your names, but the cupboard monkey has neglected to put the chat on
I was
screen.
making sure that everything worked before I chatted it up.
But, well, it's been a very energetic weekend. It's been the Great Electric Train Show, and I know that I met quite a few of you whilst we were there. We were actually there for 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Really, really great catching up with all of you. And spent a lot of time talking to various people. Oh, excuse me. Beverage of choice is Diet Cola, and it's got a lot of gas in. Now, I'm really, really tired because, well, settle in there. Let me tell you the saga of the car. We have had amazingly difficult times to get home. We actually didn't get back from the Great Electric Train Show until late morning this morning.
Yeah.
And the reason for this was that the brakes failed on my car. And you may be asking yourself, well, surely that would have meant that you got home a lot faster.
No, I did suggest that, but apparently you said that no, we have to get home in one piece. And
yes,
it wasn't allowed to be one big mangled piece.
Yes, one piece was preferable. So, essentially, due to shoddy workmanship, one of the brake lines parted company at a union, and we had that lovely little adrenaline junkie hit. The moment when your foot goes all the way to the floor and nothing happens apart from a red light on the dashboard. So, yeah, that was intriguing.
Well, the production says it's a definitely diet and not McDonald's diet.
Yes.
We'll come to that in a moment.
Oh, yes. Settle in, dear listener. We have a tale to tell. So, yeah, we got to Donington Services at East Midlands Airport. We had to spend the night there. We got collected by a very nice AA man with his truck this morning who drove us back, and then stern words were had with the garage that really actually should have known a lot better. There's two things on a car that you do not under any circumstances bodge. One is the brakes and the other is the steering, and they committed the cardinal sin of messing with the brakes. But anyway, we're here, we're okay. And actually, I think we got off lightly because New Junction
Has he even got home yet?
He has got home, but New Junction doesn't actually have a car anymore because it was written off in the car park sometime on the Sunday. CCTV footage does show who the perpetrator was, and apparently the police... There was a very awkward conversation at some point. But yes, so my commiserations to New Junction, who sadly found his car written off when he came out of the venue on the Sunday. So at least we still have a car, albeit one that took 2 days to get us home. Oh, and it was such a pleasant run down there. Dominic said, our Kickline representative says, Jenny, I found a rare Brio Candy figure from 1993.
Nice.
Oh, yes. Always good to find collectibles.
I love to find stuff like that out in the wild. It's like, I've been searching for this for years, and now it's here. It's like,
yeah.
You know that gamers will understand that point where you're playing a game and then the Xbox icon appears and it says achievement unlocked. Well, no, that's like the real life equivalent.
Well, it's anybody who collects anything will find that a lot of for most people the enjoyment is in the chase rather than the actual the acquisition.
However, part of the chase is the end when you catch it.
Yes, and then you move on to the next thing. So, big hello to Houston WHAP, Ham Shackleton, Wham God, Patrick Ling, Dan the Stafford Man, Ruben Ashwell, Josh's Railway Adventures, Patrick Furlong, Bang Got You Junction, Cole Brown, Fat Wallet Boy 2, Ben Davis, Manthony 1956, Josh's Railway Adventures, Aiden's Railways, winner of one of the 2 sets of tickets that we gave away for the Sunday. It was
Great
really
to see
great
you.
to see them actually at Great Electric
He
Train
seemed
Show.
so happy, didn't he?
Absolutely, and there's quite a lot of people really good to put a face to the name. I know who you are now.
I have to admit, there were an awful lot of people that every time you met them said, it's so nice to be back out at an event.
Absolutely. Great Electric Train Show, incredibly busy. They had record ticket sales, 2,500 on the advanced sales, compared to 1,700 on the previous record. So they knew it was going to be a success even if nobody came through the door.
Yeah, they were alright.
Yeah, it's all right, yeah.
Iron Horse Railway says you could say you've got breaking news from Getz.
Absolutely. But
well, we have a bit of a saga, don't we? Warburg Productions when we went out for dinner.
yeah, we went to McDonald's and Diet Cokes were not diet, and
This was
I
not
must admit,
good.
yeah, I must admit, going up to the counter, going, very sorry, but the Diet Coke is not diet, and the guy trying to tell me, well, it's got the little button pushed in, so it's diet, and it's like, dude, I'm drinking it. I know it's not diet.
Yeah.
And we weren't the only ones, and of course. For medical reasons, there are people for whom a full-fat, full-sugar Coke is actually very dangerous. Diabetics, for example. So they really do need to be quite careful on that. Tim's Model Railway in different videos. Hi to you, Gordon Hanning, Mel's, Messing About with Models, Southern Train Girl, Dominic Z, Matt Havel. We've got Warburg Productions as well. Good to see you in. Piccadilly N-Gauge Model Railway by John Warner. It was great to see you as well. Flint Hills Model Railway, Jeff Hammond, Clive Cobalt. We've got a lot of great people in. Now we've got the dreaded post venue lurgy. But just to address the questions that keep coming up, yes, indeed, I did post a little taster of that. We have got on loan from Rails of Sheffield, because they're not actually out yet. And I was reminded to make this abundantly clear that these are not, they are production models, but they're not available for sale yet. So if you're thinking, oh, Don, I've had an order in for these.
Got it?
They're loaners, they're press models, is what I've got from Rails of Sheffield.
So this isn't a yoink incident.
No.
Yoink.
Although standard yoink
Come
rules
back.
were in force, I was within sight when I shouted yoink. Yes, we've got the Caledonian 812 and also an improved precedent going around. Now, we have been loaned 2 of the Cali 812s and 2 of the improved precedents. So what you'll see is just drifting off the bottom of your screen there at the moment is... It's a little bit of an issue that for some
Dan the
reason...
Stafford man says, I think you were avoiding me at the show. Nope. We certainly weren't. We tried to see as many people as possible. The biggest issue was I was running around trying to get all the filming done for Jen, and Jen was running around trying to find... let me tell this tale. Jenny had an interview booked with Hornby Magazine New Junction, and they both agreed to meet on the balcony at a certain time. The biggest issue is
There were 2 balconies.
there were 2 balconies.
Yeah,
so
so
he was on one and she was on the other, and we all kept running around trying to find the other one.
Yes.
It's like they were going in a circle.
Absolutely. But, so we've got... just coming through the bottom of your screen there, you'll see that is the original Era 2 Caledonian Railway 812. It's actually quite almost like a sky type blue, a Caledonian Railway blue. The preserved example, they are doing an Era 9 version, which is actually a much darker blue. No idea why in preservation they changed the colour of Caledonian blue, because you would have thought that, if you're going to paint it Caledonian blue, you would actually paint it Caledonian blue.
Nah.
So there are 2 Cali blue versions. The improved precedent that's going around somewhere. Oh, there it is. So actually, just coming into view under that bridge, that's Novelty, the LMS Crimson one.
That is a nice looking locomotive. It's nice and shiny.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Colour scheme. with that tender and that lining, makes it look really artistically interesting.
Absolutely. I don't know what. I'm gonna have to.
Have you got short on your?
It shouldn't be reversing. I don't know whether that's.
It got to a point and then just reversed.
Yes. So I'm going to do a CV8 reset on the decoder just to see whether that is a decoder issue.
See that, guys? She's going to do a repair live on air. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm just going to... let's just do...
Bear Lane Stephen Price says, "Good evening, Jenny and Zoe. Pleasure to meet you both at Getz. I was assisting and hindering Best in Show Layout Museum of Transport."
Oh, that was... Yeah, we really did enjoy that.
Yes, you're the guy that I whispered to saying, "I like Jenny's layout, but this one's my favourite."
Oh, hey, you never told me about that.
I just did. I did it live on air.
Right, so...
Hello to Sir Patrick Furlong. How are you doing? Russell Benton says allegedly blue changed depending on where the logo was painted and how much white they added. That does not surprise me.
Yeah, because there was the St. Rollox works, but then there was also outlying places where things did get repainted notoriously into somewhat different shades. Although it has to be said that the difference in shade is the difference between a kind of Prussian blue and a sky blue. Right, so
Gordon Hanning is suggesting that what you're using here is Billy's replacement decoders.
So I'm just, I've set CV8 to 8, which is a decoder reset to factory defaults. And then all I've then added in is I've given the locomotive its number.
So we've got an interesting comment here, if I can just bring it up because it's scrolled off the screen as I was about to read it.
Can I just say, just making sure I'm not straining the wires between tender and locomotive.
That really is pretty.
So I'm good.
Jenny.
Yeah, so... and I know,
oh my goodness.
I know that somebody from Rails is probably watching going, "Oh my god, you be careful with that." But that is novelty. This is actually, for me, my favourite livery of the improved precedents. Now, when they were announced, my automatic gravitation was to the London and North Western Railway version. But seeing this in the flesh, this for me is the real standout star. Novelty in the maroon. I believe that they are all still available to order from Rails.
I've definitely picked up a call. Thanks whoever gave me the call. Okay, I've got a message here. Messing About with Models says there were 2 shades of Caledonian blue, and the darker one was in use at the early 20th century. Also, different shades of blue used by Perth and St. Rollox works.
That makes sense.
Fits in with what Matt Ovell is saying as well. From a book I got on pre-grouping liveries. Oh, excuse me. There were 3 shades of Cali blue, including the dark one. So I guess they're all correct.
Oh my word.
So there you are.
Probably not. Eric says that's a pretty 240. I made one from Lego, but my livery isn't as nice as that. And I love the cab shape.
The cab is very nice. It's got an excellent.
It is really,
From my
really
point of view,
interesting.
that tender has a certain charm to it. The way it's curved at the ends with angles.
Also, the rear axle is very close to the end of the. It's everything about it is so different from any other locomotive on the market. And of course, Rails of Sheffield, really, really kind to lend us these. But actually, if you could pass me, there's...
what would you like?
I think the top box on that pile there. So, is there a locomotive in there?
It's heavy.
Yeah. So, I'm going to get out of the box, and this isn't DCC fitted. So, I can't actually run this at the present time on the layout.
Unless you stick a decoder in.
I've not got any spare 21 pins.
That would be a shame then, yes.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to hold this one up to the camera.
Oh, that's pretty as
and
well.
This
Would you like me to go and get the other camera, the roving camera?
I will liable to break all the cameras if we plug more in.
If we plug a 7, it might work.
Because we'd have to assign it to a thing. Although we have a spare button. You could go and try it if you want to.
Let's try the Super Rover.
But this here is the London and North Western Railway liveried version. This is the livery on this one is as it ran when it was in service. So this is a genuine pre-grouping liveried version. The National Railway Museum is also doing Hardwick, which is the preserved example, and they are doing Hardwick as preserved. Norfolk N-Gauge says it was noticeable at Getz how the big three manufacturers were all absent, but Rails, Hattons, Revolution, KR Models, etc. attended to promote their new models. And absolutely, and it was very, very busy. It has to be said, especially on the Saturday. And what somebody said the 240 is struggling. It's not on high power. It has to be said. It's only on notch 20 out of 126. Well, speed step 20. That does seem as though it might be running a bit smoother. It has to be said. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But they really are nice. Now, I'm told that they are selling incredibly well. They're due at some point next month, so you've still got a little bit of time to save up. And all four versions are still available. That is the 3 from Rails of Sheffield, plus, of course, the one from the National Railway Museum. Don't neglect that. So if you want the preserved example, Hardwick, which is in a preserved London and North Western Railway livery, then National Railway Museum is where you go. Lucknow is an as-in-service London and North Western Railway one. That's the one I just held up to the camera. There's also a black LMS liveried one, which we don't have an example here. And then Novelty, which is that amazing maroon livery. And for me, that's the standout favourite. It would not surprise me in the slightest if Novelty is the one that will sell out first. So you do need to really get your skates on and get over to Rails and the National Railway Museum if you want these. I'm going to be doing a full review of them, as well as the Cali 812, and that'll come, I think we've got so much on this week, it's going to be early next week. We'll probably put that out as next Wednesday's video. But then in terms of the Caledonian 812, you will find, Zoe, in one of the bigger boxes underneath. One of them still has a locomotive in. So if you could, let me just put these boxes away so I don't tread on them. So that one's got the loco in. So I'm also going to show you the other Cali class 812. There it is in the box. So there we are, 812. That's how they come presented. But one thing I would say, I think I've got to confirm this with Rails, but on the end of the box, it says 21 pin DCC. Now, I know for a fact from having fitted the Cali... Oh.
You okay?
Yeah. I know from having DCC fitted the Cali 812, it's not actually 21 pin. It's got a next 18 decoder socket.
So you need to confirm what's going on there.
I do need to confirm that with Rails. I suspect all the production models do as well. But the box, or at least these boxes, and both for the preserved, the blue Cali version, and also the I've just lost my train of thought because I'm not feeling very well.
That's fine. Don't worry. Right.
I think both of these are on a next 18, and I suspect that they may fix the box printing by then. But this is the Cali 812 in the all-over black LMS livery. So you can see that there. I'm just going to hold that quickly up. And this is another really nice locomotive. Now, of course, this locomotive much longer lasting in service. So livery options for this, we've got, I think there's early crest BR, there's late crest BR, there is black LMS that you've seen here, the Caledonian light blue as in service, which is the one that's running round, and also the darker blue in as preserved condition. I believe they're all the different versions of the Cali 812, again selling incredibly well. Russell Benton asks, do you know if the Cali 812 has a coreless motor? I don't know off the top of my head, but I will investigate all that in the review. Simon Trains Model
she's going to make me do very quickly, no doubt.
Simon Trains Model Row showcases, honestly, I was under the weather over the weekend with the sore throat. Aha! It was you.
It was you.
Wow,
how deep was that?
Valleys 56XX. Hi to you. Barry Turner, Sue at Puddin Junction. Really great to see you. Probably not Eric, says the sneeze is spreading. Iron Horse Railway says, so I recently got two UFIZA cargo wagons and the bogie design is odd. The couplings are on a little cam that pushes out when the bogie goes round corners. And it's a lot of the Mark 1 coaches do that. The cam mechanism does seem to be a much more common thing.
So, Jen, I've also, while I was at the event, picked up a few things. So would you like to tell people about the projects that are coming from Monkey Build?
Right, well, the Monkey Build is going to include the castle, the Metcalfe Castle. We were inspired to this by one of the Monday Clubbers. I'm really sorry I didn't get your name, but came up and talked with me a couple of times, and the second time they very proudly got the N-gauge version of these out of their bag and said,
At which point I thought, hang on, that means there might be some O-gauge ones. Double O even.
Yes.
So I went hunted.
Monkey See, Monkey Build. That's coming up, but that's not all.
I'm so eager to make this.
Parkside Dundas models. We have here a kit for a Blenheim Festiniog. The Festiniog and Blenheim style planked third class coach. So the Cupboard Monkey is going to be trying to make this.
It's 009.
It is 009. I'll have to find you some kind of weight to put in the bottom just to give it a bit more substance.
Yes. But I'm going to paint up
some seated people. So, there we go.
So those will be, one of them will be painted as me, and one of them will be painted as Jenny.
I'm not entirely sure how this is going to take place.
I'm going to paint them in the right hair colours and outfit colours, and then say that they're us. And the idea is that they will be painted up like we were dressed when we were on the Festiniog on our honeymoon. And that's the plan.
Oh gosh, yes. Which incidentally is when that old picture of me that popped up on the impromptu live stream was taken.
Yes, it was.
Right, so somebody's asked what's running tonight. Other things that are going round, we have the Class 40 on that really long rake of the mineral wagons. So in that rake we've got predominantly 16-ton mineral wagons.
Oh, and the other thing I picked up was one of those Hatton's goodie bags.
Oh yes,
when I saw they had these very, very nice tippable thermal flasks, I thought, well, that's worth 10 quid, so I went for it.
So yes, the Cupboard Monkey did buy one of the Hatton's goodie bags.
And very nice it was too.
Very nice. Right, so we've got the Class 40, a Bachmann Class 40 with a TTS sound chip in. That's moving all those Bachmann 16-ton mineral wagons. There are also two of the...
And yes, Wobbler Production says, I'll be helping Zoe get the information and colour right for the Festiniog and Blenheim carriage as I helped to choose it. You did, and I'm very grateful because I wasn't sure which one I needed.
Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's also got two of the Bachmann MEOs that were a special commission for... Stop it!
Hey, when you say meow, I have to say it.
That were a special commission for TMC. And
Jenny's not happy with me tonight.
And actually, whilst I was at Getz, I really did want to go to get in and have a chat with Alex at TMC, but was never quite able to. But what else was I able to do? Well, actually, I was able to get interviews with John Barber at Rails, got a really good interview there. Richard Davies at Hattons, I also did an extensive interview. Also got Ellis Clark from Ellis Clark Trains, really great to speak to him. Keith Revel from KR Models, we had a really good chat with him. And at the show, of course, we had those stellar announcements of the PAL Brick, but not just the PAL Bricks, also the 4DD, the Bullied double-deck train. I think there's 2 parts of them still left. They are doing a model of those. Looks really, really good. It will be a 4-car train that they do. Really looking forward to that. And they also had models of the torpedo molten steel wagon. Looked really interesting. Full, DCC control of it, including hopefully glowing barrels. So giving the indication of it being full of molten metal, but also being able to rotate the barrel. Warbler Production says TARDIS is next to the buildings between the yard and the main line, next to the Satlink bogey van.
How on earth can you see that?
Good God.
Oh, yeah, it is there, yes.
Good gosh, that is well spotted. So what am I holding this for? You're going to have to set that up, I think.
Well, yeah, I'm going to set it up on one of the video lines.
If you put it to...
I was actually just going to put it to video 1.
Which one's video 1?
The one that says video 1.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
So...
Right, Timothy Kynard, hi to you. Hi, Kent. Kelly Ashford Trains. Harry Sedgwick. It says, oh, it was 35284Z I've got to get, not 35284ZSF. I think the SF is sound fitted. So whenever you see the SF on the end of a product code, that just means it's the same model but with a sound fitting. Don't forget as well to tickle the like button. Also, share the stream too, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already done so, to be the first to know about news and everything else. And we've got so many great videos coming up over the next few weeks. So anyway, Keith Revel from KR Models, had a really great chat with them. They announced a number of new models at the show. Rails of Sheffield, of course, on the Friday announced the 18100, which I think is GT2, gas turbine 2. I could be wrong on that. So that was really interesting. Plus, of course, they're doing the later rebuilt Class 80 electric AC electric version of that locomotive as well. The Hellion 18,000 kerosene castle was on sale, I believe, the first time at the show. They had limited stocks of that. Pre-orders are being sent out as well, but they did have some stocks on sale. They also had the pre-production of the Monday Club wagon. Now, these should be being dispatched this week, fingers crossed. There have been yet more delays, unfortunately, but that's where we're up to on the Monday Club wagon. They are still available, but you need to get in quick. Obviously, they're selling fast. Please don't panic buy them. We need to make sure that everybody does get some. I'm only saying that because I'm trying to encourage panic buying.
Don't say that.
But also got an interview with Mike Wilde and Richard Watson. Mike Wilde, of course, editor of Hornby magazine, and Richard Watson, better known as New Junction. Really great to have a quick talk with you guys. Really sorry that Richard Watson's car got written off in the car park. So somebody basically cut a corner, took the front end off his car, smashed up his radiator, ripped all the front end out, and we actually, is that
Give me a moment, I'm working on it.
Because you are people actually seeing what that's seeing?
No, they're not.
So why has that button come up?
Because that's the one I'm working on.
Oh, right. Right, anyway, what else is running? We've got a Hornby Class 8 in BR Green, D3509. Hellion Class 25 and Rail Blue is D7661. But the big standout stars are the Cali 812 and the improved Precedent going round. So it's the first time, I think, that they've been on any YouTuber's layouts.
If you want to show them, press video 1 and take the camera.
Video 1. Okay, so I'm oh, my word. Right, so first up, we have got sorry about it being a little bit wibbly wobbly. This is the LMS Black version of the Cali 812.
Oh, you can see the motion.
Could you turn that light on up there? That light, where the finger is pointing. Yeah. So hopefully, yeah, that shows it off a little bit better. So you can see there, it will look slightly washed out. This is only a webcam after all. number 17566. And what I really do like about these, and we will actually be really going into depth with this in the review for next week, but you can see the representation of the motion there underneath the frames. Really, really nice. Just moving around here, I'm just going to park the tender and locomotive.
Is it just me, or is the quality of this camera much better than the ones we've been using?
Shh.
Because I can see the detail.
So you see there in the cab, that's in the Cali 812. Right, I'm just going to put that one to one side, and I'm going to bring forward Lucknow, which is the improved precedent, but in the service London and North Western Railway livery.
Oh, you can see the rivet detail and everything.
That is really nice. So this is Lucknow, again, orderable from Rails. And that black is really well done. You can see that really glossy, almost like I think they called it nearly black. It's got an ever so slight touch of blue to the black. But you can see this rather strange wheel arrangement where that rear axle is so close to the back.
Yeah.
Very, very distinctive. And then moving on to the locomotive, and it does come with etched number plates, although they do have printed ones, so you don't have to mess about to fit them, but it does come with a set of etched plates. Moving along, look at that crest. Isn't that really, really nice?
They've done well.
Etched nameplates. And again, we've got that motion, the representation of the motion. This is, for me, is very important because it is very noticeable on a model. So it's great to see it included. And they do actually run reasonably well.
Hello, New Junction.
Big hello to New Junction. We were just talking about...
Yeah. And Underground Eric has a very good point there. New Junction Company put on a fantastic show. They really did.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I don't often go to conventions or events like that, but I was very impressed. Everything just worked. Everyone seemed to be having a great time, so you did well, guys. Well
Absolutely. Done. So there we are. We're looking at the front face of the improved precedent. You can also see that Cali 812 behind. And I'm just seeing whether we can... I'm going to bring the novelty to a halt, actually, because I really want to show you guys...
Yeah, I think people will
a
love to see
close-up
that.
now that we've got this special camera. So I'm going to wait until it's somewhere I can reach out and grab it.
Reach out and touch someone.
Yeah. So...
But not in that way. We don't need another Me Too.
Yes.
1956 is beautiful workmanship on these locomotives. I remember the days of moulded in details we highlighted with a 6-0 brush and weathering to make it stand out. There was a bit of that, but oh my goodness, that paintwork is even better than I thought.
So this is novelty.
That's not die-cast, is it?
It's difficult to tell, to be honest.
It's like we're saying with KR models, isn't it?
The way they're painted, they really do look amazing. So this is novelty, the other improved precedent. We've actually had this running, so currently it's this one is DCC fitted. These ones do take a 21-pin decoder that's in the tender, fairly easy to fit. There's quite a bit of room in the tender, which means that if you want to fit a Stay Alive or sound or anything like that, you can do, although you can. I think the sound fitted options are also available, and are probably the best way of actually getting an accurate sound file. So we're just going to go across the backs there now. So
but look at the way this livery shows off the the angles on that tender compared to the black and striped livery. This one really does highlight just how intricate this thing is.
Absolutely, and the coal insert there is like a metal piece.
So it's adding weight as well.
It is, but it is removable. So this entire coal load does come out if you want to model it with less coal in. So I'm just looking into the cabs now. So just a little bit tricky actually to, let me just see if I can pull it back somewhat. And you can see the detail in there in the cab.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Really, really impressive. And the London and North Western Railway version, let me just move her back. and you can see that they are finished differently in the cabs.
Yeah.
Really, really nice. So again, absolutely, totally grateful to Rails of Sheffield for loaning these samples to show you guys. And like I said, there's still some available to order, but what you have to realize is that they are selling quickly and they're sure to sell out very quickly. I know that talking to John actually, the kerosene castle has pretty much sold out. He was very impressed how quickly it sold out. In fact, they sold out far quicker than they were anticipating. Yeah, this for me is the standout livery. Novelty in the kind of LMS maroon. It's almost like a Midland Railway livery. Really, really nice. So we're going to go back now to... I'm going to just change that over. So I'll put that down there. I will come back to that.
Someone was asking if you could do a close-up on that Caledonian.
Yeah, that is my intention now. So I'm just going to get the improved precedent that we were running back on the tracks.
To be honest with you, Jen, if you pick one of them up, I think it will have pride of place, won't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I am actually considering just saying, look, can I just buy these models off you? And they'll probably go. In fact, I know that they'll be.
They'll be like, no, we've already sold them.
No, it's not that. It's just I know that John was adamant that he said we can't sell any of these until the actual models arrive, because what they don't want is a feeling of anybody getting preferential treatment.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because there's some people who've had them ordered from day one, so he was adamant that
that these are loaners for the press.
Absolutely.
You've been basically passed on what the press have already seen.
Absolutely, and it's really important to John and Rails that nobody's seen to get favourable treatment. Everybody is equally as important, but really, really thank what?
Ben Tullett, Jenny, stop the press. I have homemade apple crumble tonight with ice cream. Don't tell her. She's gonna make me cook.
Cook.
No, I don't want to. I've got
Right.
some pizza, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Right. Warbler Production says the TARDIS is still in the same place. The Doctor must have fallen asleep.
Michael
Yes.
Wiles says his Instagram down. Mine hasn't loaded since late afternoon.
It is, yes.
Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Messenger are all down due to problems with servers, from what we can tell. Although I have a feeling someone's attempting to attack Facebook.
Absolutely.
So
excuse me. Right. Somebody did ask. Somebody did ask actually. What did I buy at the Great Electric Train Show? Well, I have to say that there was an incredible amount of
stuff.
Secondhand, actually, pre lockdown, we tended to see mostly all new stuff, with a little bit of secondhand that you had to really go hunting for. But actually, at this show, there was a lot of secondhand, not so much in the way of new stuff. So everything I bought was secondhand, apart from one item. So I bought, you can just see behind the text, the Satlink ZDV wagon, which I got from Cheltenham Model Centre. That's one of their special commissions. That's the only brand new model that I bought. I also bought, and this for me was a bit of a star find.
Oh, you were so happy when you got that.
This is a Class 5. It's a Hellion Class 5 shunter, but in rail blue. Not tops numbered. Unfortunately, they've never done 05001 because that has a cut down cab. But really, really pleased to pick that up. I also bought, actually I can get access to it because it's just up here. I also bought I think it's a D16 Claude Hamilton. So, oh right, okay. So this is Claude Hamilton, D16 stroke 3 in LNER green. Picked this up because I really do like this model, and it's a glaring omission from my collection. So when it was there at a really good price, actually, I think it was $89.50 on the Rails of Sheffield stand, and just genuinely really impressed with the price that they were selling it for. I just thought, no, I've got to have it. And I think it was either you or it was Ollie of Wardle Road who stood next to me and going, you know what, you're never gonna get it at that price. And the reason was it had a slightly damaged box, but nothing wrong with the model.
Yeah, and you're not running the box on your layout, so
absolutely. So that was another one of my pickups. I also got another A4. Couldn't resist it. Number 6002, and it was it's actually one of the Bachmann Super Detail A4s, and I really just wanted to compare how they stack up to the Hornby Super Detail A4s. Right.
So, the doctor in the wrong place. I can't reach and change the TARDIS, Jan.
Warbler Productions says you got a great deal from Rails to the D16. Made me envious. I know, you snooze, you lose. But they were doing a roaring trade. All the other traders were as well. Fat Wallet Boy 2 asks, do you get locos tested at shows, Jenny, when you've bought them?
Usually no.
Usually not, to be honest. The only one I got tested was the A4, and that was because it was sold as DCC fitted, and I just wanted to make sure. Mark Wilson says, I managed to get a Class 22 in green half-yellow warning panels from Rails on Saturday second-hand. Been after one for ages. Alex Dent says, a Class 05 can be used for the steelworks. Absolutely, there's loads of industrial applications the Class 5s went on to. Big hello to O. O'Neill. It was really, really great to actually finally meet you in person at the Great Electric Train Show. There was actually a good complement of YouTubers. I think John Warner was there. Great to meet him. We also had Aiden's Railways, O. O'Neill, New Junction, Wardle Road.
There were so many YouTubers that they had a
others.
Meeting of YouTubers, and we've missed it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird shot, but there's a nice shot of the Cali 812, which I am going to, let me just try and find it. When it comes round, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off and put it here so I can use the roving camera.
Roving cam.
So, actually, no, we've had that shot before, so let's go with
We've
that.
had a lot of these shots before.
There we go. Right, so not yet, Cupboard Monkey. Don't harsh my buzz.
I'm not trying to harsh your buzz, man.
Yeah. So anyway, the Cali 812 is actually pulling a pair of the XLMS porthole coaches, the Bachmann Super Duper Detail ones, that again got at a really, really good price from one of the second-hand stalls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's just, this is, now do excuse, it's not, I'm going to put it on the track because they always look better when they're on the track, and otherwise they become a bit of a distraction. So this is the, excuse me, lots of gas in that Coke, in service Cali 812. So we've got some really fine printing detail there. It is, of course, 828 is the identity of this one. I've not added any of the detail packs, so you can see there, any holes in the buffer beam is simply because none of the extra detail has been added. But look at that frame underneath, with all of the cutouts picked out so nicely. This is an amazing model again. It's one which I can see myself just going, can I just buy this, please? What if I say I've lost it? Can I just pay for it?
Well, now you would have premeditated on your list of many crimes, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? Because you said it on the screen.
Just bear in mind that this looks a little bit washed out on the screen because it's getting the light, the LED light.
That's okay. Just turn that off.
Okay, well, it's picking up a lot of shine from the reflections. So there's more of a sky blue. No, it's just in shadow now. Oh, well, that'll do. So this really is a lovely locomotive. So you can see there. I think this is what Donald and Douglas from the railway series is based on.
Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends.
Yeah. Oh, I hate calling it that.
But that's what it was when we were kids.
No, it wasn't. That came later. It was the railway series. So again,
It was Thomas the Tank Engine when I watched it on telly.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Shut up! Do you want us to get copyright striked for being too...
Oh, come on. My singing is not good enough to replicate the song to the point where we get a copyright strike.
You can see all the detail.
It's just amazing what they managed to put in these things.
Brilliant, isn't it? Right, so basically all still currently, as far as I'm aware, available to pre-order from Rails, but selling fast. So do hurry up and get your pre-orders in. We're going to be doing a full review. I'm going to pencil that in for next Wednesday's video. Now, we have a huge amount of... we've probably got about, what, 60, 70 gigabytes?
I would say more than that because I've got a massive amount of stuff to process.
So we're not going to see all of the interviews immediately,
but they are coming.
They will come probably over several months. So just bear in mind that obviously it is we only put out 2 videos a week, and I do have to fit in a review of these. Scale have also very generously sent over the Shock Hood A.
If you would like, I'm happy to up it to 3 a week.
What, to get through the...
get through the interviews.
We could have a special interview video every Saturday for a while if you want.
If you want to do that.
We could do. Big hello to Leslie Gilpin, Matt the Dragon Railways, James Pett. I approve of James Pett being in the chat. And it was great to meet you again as well. I think it's been since... if I didn't see you at the Worley exhibition in 2019,
is James Pett's the one that was very dapperly dressed?
Oh yes, he was.
I did approve of that outfit.
He was totally chaptastic.
That was a fantastic outfit.
Yes. And you put the rest of us to shame, I have to say. You were
we were stood there in
well.
hoodies.
But yes, incredibly well dressed. Very impressed. I approve of that standard of dress. James Pett says I approve of special videos.
Excellent.
David, it's my model route, says Jenny, here is J. Cloth Allen's video of the Caledonian 812 in Steam.
Oh, very nice.
Brilliant. We'll take a look at that later on. James Pett says it was splendid to meet you again too. Absolutely. Larry Rogers says Anthony 1956. Oh, sorry, talking with somebody else. That's what I love about the Monday Club, is that we also talk to each other in the chat as well.
And this is exactly what I was pushing Jen for when I suggested we start the cameras and we do some streams from up here. I really wanted what a lot of people just can't always get. A club that they can feel they just turn up to. There's no pressure. You show up when you want, you don't when you don't want to, and you're all welcome.
Yeah.
That is exactly what we were going for. So I love that it's actually happened.
But again, a huge thank you to... I know I keep saying Rails of Sheffield over and over again. I think if somebody picked Rails of Sheffield as the drinking phrase, you are under the table right now.
You might want to call an ambulance because you're about to get
but they were incredibly generous, letting me borrow 4 of the review samples of 2 each of the Cali 812 and the improved precedents, and there is actually a sound fitted Cali 812 being sent out as well, which will feature in the review if it gets here in time. I'm really looking forward to that. So they're going to make sure that that's a different livery to the 2 different Cali 812s we've got here. It's going to be a BR one, so that's going to be an amazing video.
Well, we've had a few people comment saying that yourself and I are both taller than people expected. Can I just point out that Jenny on your screen is currently less than a quarter of the height of the screen, so she's compressed for YouTube. That's why she seems shorter.
I'm also
she's
sitting
further
down.
Away.
Yes. Right, Alex Dent says, but this year the Worley Model Row exhibition is cancelled. I know, devastating. Unfortunately, I think we're still going to see disruption right through until next year. Ben Tullett says, Zoe, is Jenny ready for TV fame again with the new show next week? Absolutely.
Oh my goodness, next
the
week?
Yesterday channel. Next week is when it starts. Hornby, A Model World. And you'll be seeing quite a few important YouTubers on there. We've got Laurie Calvert, aka Calvert Film. He is the steampunk guy.
I am
who
looking
also
forward to what he does.
Absolutely, and he designed all of Hornby's steampunk model range. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see him. He's in episode 4. Episode 1 will feature SDJR7F88, better known as Callum Wilcox from Railway Modeller. He is in episode 1.
The Phantom Menace.
So in that case, I'm in episode 10. What's that? Is that like Rogue 12 or something?
No. You're in the one that hasn't been made yet, because Rise of Skywalker kind of tanked the series.
They should make Rogue 2, because we really do need to know why so many Bothans had to die.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I sent some Bothans to make some coffee. All dead.
Never trust them to do anything. But don't forget to tickle that like button, and sharing is caring. That's how we make sure that lots of people know to come and check out these videos. Right, other interviews. You may have already seen a few hints appearing online that I did indeed interview Pete Waterman.
And I got him to sign a book for you.
Absolutely. And it was really, really great to be able to interview the great Pete Waterman. Had a great long chat, and I was also very, very mindful of the fact that a huge crowd formed whilst we were doing that. And there is somewhere a video, a very meta video, that's filming me, interviewing him.
The weirdest thing is, I didn't even realise anyone was filming. I was so focused on making sure you were both in the shot and in focus that...
You were in the zone.
Yeah, I was.
So
I like
was
this.
really...
Mark Wilson says, Jenny, who was the gentleman you were with on Saturday? I recognised him from somewhere. You may have recognised him from Stafford Barn, or, of course, from Warbler Productions.
Was that Saturday? No,
Yeah.
That was Sunday, was it?
No,
it was
Saturday.
Yeah, so that was Warbler Productions, but also I was with Lawrence Robbins, aka Lawrence of the A-Team, who was on Biggest Little Railway as leader of Team A, but who is also a real mover and shaker in the Model Rail Club, the MRC in London, and I got an interview with him as well. It was really, really... really great to get an interview with him and just get a real divining rod of the hobby. What have we got? Wardle Road says, sorry I'm late. Horrid journey home. Hope all are well. Yes, we
Monday clubber is never late, Frodo Baggins, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Sorry, I got...
So,
hanging there.
Wardle Road also had a horrid journey home. It feels like...
I think that's today.
Yeah, I feel as if
we can sympathise with that.
We all had to pay the piper for having such a great weekend. So
well,
you can anticipate getting there, you can enjoy the time there, but you will pay to get back.
Yeah, well, if we had to pay the piper, then I think the piper cleaned out New Junction. Oh my word,
goodness,
Matt O'Vell very
you.
generously donated £15 for 15,000 subs. Huge congratulations. Thank you ever so much. Can you turn that to live chat? Because I've just noticed
I didn't realise it was on Top Cat.
The rubbish that YouTube tries to force on people.
Live cat. Oh, yeah.
Mark Wilson says, that's where I've seen him before. It was Lawrence from the GRMC. He wasn't on Great
He was on the other one.
Biggest Little Railway.
Thank you so much, Matt O'Vell. That really is generous.
Yes, but yeah, so I think New Junction definitely got cleaned out by the piper because his car was written off.
He was the ringmaster, so he had to pay the most.
Yeah, he didn't get any change either. They say change is inevitable, but not in that situation. Apparently, eco wallies were the reason. So,
those, yeah. Those guys just.
Anyway,
do they not understand that they're actually destroying any support that their cause would have had?
We don't do politics here.
No, just what I'm saying is that the best way to get people on board is not to really annoy them when they want to get home from work.
So, Bear Lane Stephen Price, hi to you. Mark Wilson says, I used the train Saturday, £20 return from Nuneaton. It was a great choice as I just stepped on the free bus.
Yeah.
There was a free bus laid on from the Milton Keynes.
Unfortunately, Warbler Productions missed.
Although he did catch his train, so the Piper didn't get too much cash out of him. Hyde Kent says, what is the thinking about Hatton's delaying Genesis again? I think the delays are out of their hands. It's all down to delays in China. But certainly one of the things as well, and I did talk with Richard Davies about this, was that it's the first time that the livery samples of the Genesis coaches have been on display for the public. Now we've borrowed them here. We've done a video on them. I know a few other people have had hold of them. A lot of the magazines as well. But this is the first time. Are you all right? You know, you're supposed to drink it, not breathe it.
Well, I didn't.
Yeah, but this is the first time.
Oh my goodness.
But this is the first time that the public have actually been able to see them up close and personal, and really they are well worth it. When you look closely at the Genesis coaches, they are absolutely exquisite. So certainly I think that they're certainly selling really well. They have so many different versions, including livery variants without lighting, and then also different running numbers as well. There's a huge number of these coaches coming through. They've really
gone all in.
Absolutely. And what this means is that I think that they are going to take the Model of the Year next year. Although we did have the awards, and Acura Scale did really, really well, even though that they were unable to make the show. Hatton's actually picked up Retailer of the Year, along with O-Gauge Wagon Stroke Coach of the Year, with their LNER Gresley coaches in O-Gauge. So Hatton's did really well there. Worthington Model Railway says Facebook is fine in the US.
Yeah, give it a minute and see what happens.
Right, Lee D. Holden, hi to you. Route 7 Railways, great to see you. Ron's Garden Railway.
Can I just get a quick confirmation that we are still online, guys? If you can see that, if you can hear what I'm saying, can we get a quick confirmation? Because the monitor has just gone down.
Has it? What, on yours?
Yeah.
Are we...
It looks like we're still online. It appears like I'm trying to load the page back. But
let's just have a look now.
Yeah.
I'm not getting internet access.
I have got an advert. And let's see if we can get back into the...
it's not loading for me.
Yeah, I think our Wi-Fi's gone off. Ham Shackleton says we are still live. Okay, thank you so much.
So it's basically my phone lying about being
connected. The Wi-Fi's gone off. So, but the good thing is that... the Monday Club is plugged into the wires, so that's running. We are back.
We have a team of crack monkeys. In fact, no, we've got an elite team of quack ducks who are currently shoveling the signal with great enthusiasm, tipping it into the wires so that it can reach you. B. Mozza, really big hello to you.
Ben Todd says you can see someone who looks like Jenny, but not the real Jenny. It's Billy's replacement, Jenny.
I think our router has fallen over.
It hasn't fallen off, but the Wi-Fi has gone off. Yeah, the Wi-Fi's down. Right, I'm going to go and sort that out, so you keep going.
You just remember, you can't turn it off and then on again.
I can turn off the booster.
Oh yeah, that would do it. James Pett says, I approve of wired connections. Absolutely.
So
and the quack team of elite ducks gently tipping the signal, decanting it. They've got a bit of a funnel, and then they tip the electrons in and just squash them down, and then they go through the wires and then dribble out into your computers. Matt Havel says, same felons attacking the Facebook tried to take down Monday Club, but it can't be stopped. Ha ha! Absolutely. So, right. Dominic Z, of course, our Kickline correspondent says, I've got a Kickline Candy plushie and a Veronica plushie. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely. And we've got duck emojis. James Pets, you are quality, my friend. Absolute quality. You have found a duck emoji. I approve of this. And Warbler Production says, you're being quackers tonight, Jen. Absolutely. Mark Wilson said, yes, the Great Electric Train Show is always at Milton Keynes, I believe. Ron's Garden Railway, it's great to see you as well at the weekend. But it was a great show. Lots of layouts on display. We also had the one that's been at Chester Cathedral, the Pete Waterman one. And that was great to see. It's his final outing, but you will have to watch my interview on Friday with Pete Waterman to learn what will be happening next.
Oh, is this about him creating an artificial brain and putting it into a giant robot? Or did I dream that?
Mark Wilson, I'm not sure if I did see Richard from Everard Junction. I'm not actually sure what he looks like. So I may have meant to talk to him. Ruben Ashwell says, oh, this is a quacking stream, Gromit. Paul Murphy gave the stream a like. Absolutely, that is something
Thank you.
that everybody needs to do. Tickle the like button, go on, you know you want to, and share the stream as well. Also, subscribe to the channel, really important, because I know that a lot of you are watching this without ever subscribing. You really need to. You can also head on over to Patreon and also help us to make the videos that you want to see. Paul John says, did I see the Sonic Models A5 in BR Black earlier? Not here, but they did have them in the cabinet. Now, I've been promised that the Great Central Railway sample will be coming this way when it does reach the UK. But they had in the cabinet the BR Black version, which is a factory finished sample. Also, they had a hand-painted version of the LNER green. Oh, Kelly Ashford Trains, come on, Jenny, do the locomotion
with me. You gotta swing your hips now. Oh no, I've cut my hip
baby.
out. I think we're at that age, aren't we?
Ben Tullett says, get started at the British Motor Museum where the new Great British Model Railway Show is being held at the end of October. Great British Model Railway Show. Oh, interesting. Manthony 1956 says, someone saw the 60 Minutes interview on Facebook policies and algorithms last night. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, definitely.
Yeah,
Mark
people
Wilson,
are not happy with Facebook.
Mark Wilson says, I've pre-ordered 18,100. Black and silver looks absolutely stunning. It does, isn't it? Logan Clary says, isn't the live still sub only? No, I don't think it is. I think we turned that off, didn't we? All do? No, it is.
It's still subscriber only.
Of course. So if you're wondering why you can't comment, it's because you have to be subscribed.
Yeah.
So tickle that subscribe button, ring the bell for all notifications.
We've had too many attacks from people who just hate the idea of a woman being successful.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Kevster kept calling in. So, yeah. Manthony 1956 says, Jenny Kirk does Carol King.
Oh, matron.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no more. Kelly Ashley Train says, oops, started you off singing, sorry. But of course, Locomotion, I believe, was Kylie Minogue's second hit in the UK, but the first hit in Australia.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, so there we are. Richard Swiderski says, I know what Pete Waterman is planning with the layout. Yeah, I know as well, and it's in the interview, but everybody else will have to wait till Friday. Underground Eric says, more shows, sign me up. Absolutely, and I'm really looking forward actually to more shows, and I'm really thankful to Hornby Magazine, who were absolute stars, inviting me as a VIP guest for the full weekend, including the Friday setting up, which was just amazing.
That was really nice.
Although my feet are killing me. I think some kind of soft-soled shoe is in order. But let's try for a different angle now.
Oh my goodness, 2 Jennies, no waiting.
Oh my word. Am I actually in sync? Oh, they do sync up actually. So a big hello. That's kind of weird. I look very washed out on that camera.
Yeah, but you're kind of in focus.
Yeah, so it's an angle you don't normally see. I think turning it the other way would actually be better. So I'm going
Hang
to...
on.
No,
I'll put it back on.
No.
Because I wanted to show people how far up we have to climb. Some people were asking, how do you manage to get up and down the loft?
Yeah, so
well,
that's the
how.
way down. Oh, we're having some great fun with this, aren't we?
And there is the...
That's the Mammoth.
the Mammoth collection. We have the...
Yeah, there's another one
tractor,
to the left.
the engine, and the locomotive.
So this is a really weird angle, actually.
Also the steamroller, yeah.
And that's the cool wall. Where that photograph of me and Pete Waterman's going to get put on there.
It is, and there's the cans that have been thrown down.
Yeah, we throw the empty cans down.
But
yes. There you are. Are you going to... Pass the camera.
We haven't done a tour for a while, a live tour.
So yeah, a live tour. There's the cupboard monkey.
Hello.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
So look at it. She's in her gym jams.
I'm
Talk
not.
about slacking.
Well,
yes, you are. You're in your gym jams, Jimmy jammies, and a Do You DMU a hoodie.
But do you DMU?
Yeah. So, and you can see Jablite Mountain's actually on the other side of us. So we're going to go over there. Jablite Mountain. That's the military establishment. And some people always ask about the yard. Well, this is a bit of the yard you don't often see.
Hey, there's my bus.
Oh yeah, there's the monkey build is sat quite happily here. But we're just gonna just show you a little bit more of the yard.
Logan Clary says that troll came to Alex Faxton's live stream loads for a while, but he's fixed it. Good.
Oh right.
Yeah. It's basically they don't like women who are successful.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they're successful in or
Yeah.
why. They just don't like it.
Unfortunately, the Kevster's a bit of a sore loser like that. All right, Kevin.
Sue at Putnam Junction says Zoe's looking comfy. Exactly. If I'm not going to be on screen, I'm going to sit here in the comfiest stuff I can.
Yeah, actually, let's go and have a. Whilst we've got some cable. Oh,
Sorry,
let
that's
me
as
just,
long as it is.
Let me just bear with me.
Wow, Jen, what are you doing?
I'm untangling. Could you help me here instead of just watching me?
Yes, I can.
Right.
I won't.
So I know that Kelly Ashford does prefer the steam locomotive, so let's just go and have a quick look at what's on shed. Can we get a little bit of light there? So we've got a standard class 4 tank, N7, Robinson 04. You can see the 01, the Thompson 01 in the background just going by. Jubilee. I think that's a King Arthur.
Mark Wilson says a live tour, but was that Les under the baseboards?
Yeah. Come on, down Les, down Les.
You're not supposed to be here.
Yes, master. Right, and then we got a couple. No, actually, no. One Super D, Thompson 01, B17, Fairburn tank. Is that or no? It's another standard class 4 tank. In the shed, we've got a, never remember if it's a K1 or a K3. And what is that one in there? I'll cheat. Oh, it's a J27. And a Princess Coronation sat on this track here. So, oh, and the other train that's going round that I haven't mentioned is 07, 009, and that's trundling around on the inside line quite happily. I very nearly bought 07005 in rail blue with the tops number, and I'll be honest with you, so tempted, but I bought the 05 instead. I'll show you actually my this here was built by Melanie Rihanna, who you probably may remember from Great Model Railway Challenge Series 2. She's on that. I think she has been on the Monday Club, but she gave me this as a present. It's one of the ex-Airfix, the Daypol kits, the JCB.
Wow.
Really nicely done, so that now lives there. And I should probably also take in some of the War World Scenics, really long static brass. I do love this stuff. So another big up for everybody at the War World Scenics posse. And this always features in the background of a great many photographs, the
Yes.
signal box.
Because it's a good place to take a photo.
Yeah, it's just a really nice little, very photogenic location. And let's have a look at the girder bridge from this side, actually. We don't often take a look at this.
Sir Patrick Furlong says that the loft on this camera looks an awful lot bigger than the main ones usually make it look.
Yeah, they're kind of fisheye lens, aren't they?
Not so much that as we've got certain angles that basically only show certain small portions of the layout, whereas this one's given a more open look, which shows just how big this place is. This is almost as big as the main footprint of the house.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the
And if you're
extensions
wondering,
make the house bigger than it, but yeah.
this is what I actually talk at. So where the cupboard monkey's finger is, that is you guys.
Yeah.
That's the camera.
If I cover that up, you can see that that's the camera that Jenny's talking on.
Yeah, and there's the screen with all your comments on. So they're just like scrolling up. So that's where I read the comments on. So that's what I actually look at.
She has to do the entire thing with me pulling faces.
Yeah, and that's our microphone. So that's what you're hearing us through. Sound desk is down there around the back. And of course, the DCC Concepts Cobalt S levers as well. We did a video on that. Went down really, really well. So I'm just trying to remember which lever does what. So if
Jenny, you've got the green one that turns the lights on. Oh, the lights in your little signal box.
Yeah, they'll be on if I turn them on. So let me just...
the green on. No lights.
Just give me a moment. There we go.
Yeah. So if I bring that over,
you want to show off my other signal box? This is one of the other projects. Yeah, somebody said, why don't I get Zoe with the pointer? We haven't done that in a while.
if I just turn this light off and take that right down, you can really get an idea of what's going on in there. So that's as close as I can get, and you can see the inside.
She's not reacting. Oh yes, you can see inside.
That looks lovely, Jen. You've done well.
It does, yes, yes. And if I turn the lights off, doop, doop.
Lovely.
So, and there's a full interior in there. Right, Gwion Reese Davies, big hello to you. Says I do like that set of levers. Absolutely, if you go and check out the video. And also, you can follow the affiliate links on that. Takes you to where it's pretty good price on buying them. They're not the cheapest, but I've never met anybody who's bought them and gone, oh, I regret buying them. They really are good. Big hello to the Flying Scotsman. Yes. Says hello from Ontario, Canada, a fellow live steamer. My 14XX is still on its side in my father's garage, but his lanky tank is yeah, that's what they're called. The 242 Aspinall Radial is coming along great guns. Manthony 1956 says nice interior details. Thank you ever so much. We did a full video on that, which again really did go down well.
Gary Lewis says, this is a multi-purpose loft, huge layout, model making bench, and a recording studio. Yes,
yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
Video editing suite. That's what the computer that all the questions keep coming up on. It's not the chat, and that is handling the live stream. Is also the computer I do video editing on. And in fact, at the moment, my project is a pop video for an electronic group in Israel is what I've been working on. So yeah, really multi-purpose up here. It's my little getaway.
Wardle Road says he's running his 01 on Friday and can't wait. You can tell he likes them, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a bad influence. You made Jenny get one. Get a choo-choo.
Oh, but Mark Wilson says, I don't own a kettle, well, other than the one in the kitchen. Well,
I don't think I could live without our kettle in the kitchen. I've really got into over the last few months with the lockdown.
What, having
basically.
warm drinks?
No, the you know what?
This, come on, Mark, you need one of these. You know you do.
Those Nescafe sachets, the ones that taste like I was actually at a coffee shop.
Yeah, actually, some
a
of them are
proper
quite
coffee.
nice. They're getting quite good, you know.
Yeah, and while we were down at the show over the weekend, I popped into the giant Asda that's next to it, and they had one I'd never seen. Irish coffee lattes. It's got no alcohol in it, but it tastes like a proper Irish coffee.
Well, it's not that Irish then if it's not got the proper Irish whiskey.
It's a teetotal Irish coffee.
Warbler Productions says, I've got 3 locos to fit DCC decoders into now, one Next 18, one Sound 6-pin, and one 8-pin. Something to do this week, I suppose. Absolutely, they're really easy to do. I have actually, I have fitted 3 locomotives today. I've done my Class 05, I've done my D16, and what was my third one? There was a third one. In fact, no, 4, because I did the Improved Precedent and the Cali 812.
Sir Patrick Furlong says, Jenny, I thought you got the cupboard monkey to do your video editing for you. For the most part, yes. Jen has. You can tell when Jen does one of her own.
Slicker.
One of her own videos because she has a different intro. She's put this kind of more upbeat club music on the intro.
Yeah,
the traditional one.
And traditionally, the Cupboard Monkey edits all my videos, but I do videos like corporate type videos moved into pop videos. So the video is there is actually a version so that I could show people it. There is a version unlisted on my YouTube channel because it was just a convenient place to put it.
Yeah.
But it's not been officially released because it's still got some editing to do. They've asked for a few little changes. But I will share with you, actually, when that comes out. I'm really proud of some of the work I've been doing. I used to do some of the DCC Concepts videos up here as well. Model Railway Noob, a big hello to you. I've got 3 locos in order from Rails, and I'm going to have to come out of retirement and get a job if I want any more. The LMS in Crimson looks so nice. Absolutely.
We've got an interesting question here. Where's it gone off the top? Paul Jessen says, with that project you're doing in Israel, mean that you speak Hebrew? Jenny does not. Jenny speaks what? You speak English, really bad English.
German, and a smattering of French, and I know odd words in Welsh and in Italian. But no, I don't speak Hebrew. But what I have to do is actually it's quite easy because they sing in English.
Yep.
Because
and to be honest with you, it wouldn't matter because the way you're editing, whatever they're saying, you're just editing a music video. You don't have to speak the language.
Absolutely. There's no need to actually know what they're saying. I know that they are singing in English, but one of the jobs I actually really want to do is that there's raw footage for a film that was made at a Depeche Mode concert, which whilst it was filmed in Tel Aviv, I think it was, and it was filmed by one of the support groups, so there's a lot of talking in Hebrew, which is why he's a bit hesitant about letting me edit it, because he says you don't know what anybody's saying.
Yeah.
But I would really love to do that because it's effectively lost footage from a Depeche Mode concert,
wow,
which has never seen the light of day, from about 10 years ago. And it's for a group that I absolutely adored.
You do, yeah.
Yes. Right, Underground Eric says that coal was shocking. You need to get some decent coal. The Steam Workshop in Heckmondwike can supply decent coal.
Paul Jessen says, très bien. Und auch sehr gut.
You read that like a Scottish person.
Well, yeah.
Paul Jessen says, très bien. Und auch sehr gut.
Oh,
yeah,
auch,
I was
I thought it
just
said auch.
joking about Hebrew. Yeah, but they do actually. You always think of Hebrew as being like an oldie worldy language, but
But it's not.
actually,
It's still around.
that's what they speak in
Yeah.
Israel.
Well, it's like Welsh.
well,
Welsh
like-
is pre-Roman.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's still around.
Gary Lewis says, "Sure, Jenny is an expert in tea brewing."
Oh,
Manthony 1956 says, had an Israeli roommate 35 years ago. His English was impeccable. We ate well, loved the food from that part of the world. Absolutely. And actually, Bruno, the music
Yeah, I do
producer
like
that
the food
I
as
do
well.
the work with, his English is amazing, and he's only got a slight accent. You would be forgiven for thinking that English was his first language, but it's really weird because when I watch some of the raw footage, they'll be talking in Hebrew and then they start singing in English,
yeah.
and they just flick between them. It's
Welcome to the modern music scene where every bugger speaks English for a song and then goes back to what they normally speak afterward.
Yeah. It's just English just seems to be the universal worldwide language for music.
Unless you want to get guarantee getting on French radio, then you speak French.
Yes. Right. Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent, says, Jenny, I hope that Bandai Blocks will release Romeo's Lodge for the Bandai Blocks Kickline series. I'm sure they will if the demand is there.
But that's the thing, it's always, especially with manufacturers like Bandai, they have to know that these things are going to sell. Because their production line is different to what we would have for the West, because they're off in Japan. So they need to know that it's worth both making and sending over before they do anything.
Yeah. Oh, wow, right. So Paul Jessen says, careful about the Welsh. Prince Charles will have you blacklisted. Or never when you're heavy. Joch yn fawr. Be there.
Stop teleporting. Be there.
Oh, that's lovely.
Billy's replacement jokes.
Yes, as opposed to Billy's replacement speakers. Actually, give me the thing. I'll show off the Billy's replacement sign.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you can just about make it out, but not read it. If you know where it is, you can see it on the screen at the moment.
Water Road says, Zoe, have your shoes dried on you? Oh, yeah, guys, if you saw me on Sunday and thought that my feet smelled, it's
That's because they did.
it was because my shoes were soaked and the only way to dry them was to wear them.
Billy's replacement speakers.
Yeah.
So that's where the sign ended up, and we can go really meta now. Woo!
No, don't do the howl around. Don't do it.
That was just weird. That's
Valleys 56XX says Welsh, Cornish, and Breton are Brythonic Celtic languages. Scots and Irish Gaelic are Goidelic Celtic languages. They are. And I will be discussing this and other things in my new podcast that's coming up called The History of Britain. So check out the All Mouse Media channel for that. I will be putting links when it starts.
And Warbler Productions, absolutely. The IRM, which is Irish Railway Models A-Class locos, should be sent out this week. I have A1 in silver on order. Can't wait for it, as it's Escura scale in Ireland. So yes, it will be a first taster of just how good the Class 55s will be when they arrive. Map the Dragon Railway says that reminds me of my friend coming back from a long drive in the rain and he tipped his boots and they were full of water.
That does not surprise me. Do we need to start a Wellington fund for that? We don't, but the thing is, I'd only brought one pair of shoes because I checked the weather forecasts and it didn't suggest that we were going to get absolutely soaked.
Oh yes, the BBC's wild stab in the dark on the weather.
Yeah.
So I've chosen this camera angle now because we're going to get some nice views of, well actually a Class 40, but there is also coming up
We don't
the
have much longer,
improved
Jen,
press-
because
What? Oh my word, yes.
the videos will start soon.
Absolutely, and we've got to end bang on time today because there's the Cali
Unless you
812.
want to end a bit early, we save the videos for next time.
Can I just say, I am working tomorrow. I've got to go down to Cranborough in Surrey to a location shoot for Killing Eve, actually. I've looked at the call sheet. So I have to be at work for 3 a.m. So unfortunately that means that I basically do the Monday Club and then go to bed. So what I would suggest...
I suggest we hold the videos over because, let's face it, we've got a fair amount of them and it's not really time-centric, and I do want to make sure that you don't end up sleep deprived.
Absolutely. Now, Norfolk Engage, absolutely. I saw them actually trying to deal with that. It was so wet on Saturday, the Marshall Arena started to flood in places. I saw that over by the Hatton stand. But look, it's we will. I think we should probably finish at 8:30. The reason for this is obviously I have to be at work for 3, which means I have to get up at about 1:30 in the morning.
Why are you even going to bed?
Yeah, so I do need to get to bed at some point soon. So that's the reason why we're going to be ending a little bit early today. But yeah, the Great Electric Train Show was amazing this weekend. We had the PAL Brick announced by KR Models. They also announced the 4DD. Rails of Sheffield had on display the samples of the improved precedents, all liveries. The Cali 812, all liveries. They also had the A5 from Sonic Models. They had BR Black, which is a factory finished version, and then the hand-painted example of the LNER Green. Hattons had on display all of the pre-production samples of their Genesis coaches, and they really, really do look good. For me, with those, the standout is the LMS liveries, and with the LMS Novelty Improved Precedent from Rails of Sheffield, those two are amazing bedfellas. Ben Tull at 3:30 a.m. No. I have to leave work. I have to be at work to start at 3 a.m., which means I have to get up at 1:30 in the morning. Ed Flame 4291 says, "Have you got a W1 coming this year?" I haven't actually. Unfortunately, it's one of the ones which was a casualty of first Rails of Sheffield, but then secondly Hattons having some difficulties with supply from Hornby. The Growler Blackwood Engage layout. Great. Hello to you. Great to see you. Warbler Production says, "Knowing what you're doing now, I can understand the early call."
Yeah.
Ruben Ashwell says, "The stream has been brilliant. Games and Trains. Hi to you, Bear Lane, Stephen Price. Great to see you." Mark Littlejohn says, "Is Alan from Dragon Junction too okay?" I don't know, to be honest. I haven't heard anything, but if anybody knows, do let us know. Do hope that it's all right.
Dominic says, "Jenny, do you know that the bricks from Bandai blocks were compatible with Lego bricks? Lego have now lost the universal patent on their bricks, so a lot of companies are now making Lego compatible things, which, to be honest with you, I kind of like, because it means that you can pick up stuff from all kinds of places and mix and match them to get exactly the build that you want, which is nice.
Because there was always some colours that Lego didn't actually do.
Yeah, or a particular shape. So I need this to make this particular thing, and I can't get it.
Although, funnily enough, Lego used to make custom pieces for a lot of the Technic Lego models that were unique to particular models. Sometimes they would then subsequently turn up in another model which would make use of them. But I can well remember getting Technic Lego models when I was a child that would have like one or two very unique pieces, and you'd be like, ooh.
And so in some cases you would get those Technic Lego models specifically for those unique pieces. I know a few people that used to do that.
Manthony 1956 says it's October and Jenny starts work at the witching hour.
You've uncovered her secret. She's the Wicked Witch of the West.
No, I don't get seen on screen, unfortunately. I've been told I should actually try and kind of get in with all the extras and appear on screen, and then you can play, instead of playing Spot the TARDIS, you can play Spot the Jenny.
Oh, come on, we all know that. We've all seen you in so many programs over the years. Your award-winning performance as a shelf on Crime Watch. That time you were a post box. That time you were on Coronation Street as the street.
Yes, yes. Although James Pets, I approve of this comment. Surely you're the good witch of the East. Indeed.
Stop sucking up.
James Pets is not green or water soluble enough for the West. But look, it's been a great stream. I am very tired, of course. Obviously, anybody who's tuned in late, maybe you didn't see some of the posts online. Basically, we had brake failure on our car on the way home. Luckily, we are fine. The car is fine. But we lost all brakes. Ended up spending last night in a hotel at East Midlands Airport at the Donington services. Not a bad travel lodge, it has to be said. I was quite impressed with that one.
In any other circumstance, if we weren't talking about being an extra, Gone Local's comment, you would make a lovely corpse, Jenny, would come across so badly.
Oh, yes, I see what you did there. Oh dear, and Timber Surf, yeah, absolutely, really great to see you.
Yes, great to see you too.
And of course, Wardle Road has Wardle Wednesdays back, so hopefully you'll be able to catch up there as well. David Scott says extras in Killing Eve don't usually last very long. Is that a bit like Midsummer's Murders?
I believe it's a murder show, like a police crime drama, but I'm not entirely sure. Because I've never watched it.
Alice Neal says, "Hi girls, Alice is listening." Ooh. It's great to see you. And actually, there's a lot of people actually do lurk in the chat as well. But I'm going to be finishing half an hour early, just to let anybody know who's wondering why I'm disappearing now. Simply because I have to get up at 1:30 in the morning. But you know me, always dedicated to the Monday Club. And a big, big thank you to Rails of Sheffield, who've helped make the stream possible actually helped make the stream more interesting by lending the improved precedents and also the Cali 812s. We're going to be doing a full review of those, which will be coming out as next Wednesday's video. And what we might do actually is, make it too big a video if we did both locomotives in one. So,
Jen, if you want to make a big special video of them, then make a big special video of them.
Why not just make two, put them out on consecutive days?
Yeah, why not? We can do that.
If you're happy to do that.
Jen,
so, there may be...
I can make whatever you want, don't worry.
No worries. So, over the next few weeks, you might see an increase in video output from the channel to get through some of the amazing footage that we got whilst at the Great Electric Train Show. So stay tuned. Don't forget that if you are subscribed to the channel by ringing the bell and clicking all notifications, you'll be the first to know about new videos as and when they go up. A big hello to Somerset Annie, just seen you in the chat there. Bagnall Dave as well. And Josh's Railway Adventures. We've got loads and loads of great names. Great to meet so many of you at Gets as well. But also do share the stream and tickle the like button. Let's have a like spike because that's the way we roll. But until next time, the Wednesday video, well, we were planning a sort of a montage of a bit of everything, but would it actually be better to
just start putting the videos out?
So yeah, we could do. We could even put the if we moved the Pete Waterman video to Wednesday, we might be able to do one of either the Improved Precedent or the Cali 812 videos as Fridays instead.
Sounds good.
Okay. So we'll look to do that. I mean, it's a busy week for me because I'll have to film one of the reviews. In fact, I'll do the Improved Precedent video for Friday. Because then I can wait on the sound-fitted example of the Cali 812 for that video. Maybe that'll be the following Wednesdays. On Saturday, depending on, no pressure, maybe put out another one of the interviews on Saturday, only if you're able to easily put that together.
Okay, let's put it this way. I overdid it over the weekend, and therefore can't go for my usual walks. So I'm going to stay in the office, and since I'm in the office, why don't I just do some work?
Yeah, that'll make a change.
So we'll do it that way. We'll see what we can get. Right, guys, I am now going to call it because Jen needs to get to bed.
No worries.
So thank you so much for coming along, and I hope you have had a great evening. For those of you that we saw for the weekend, thank you for coming over and saying hi, and I hope you all had a great time at the show. We'll see you on Wednesday.
Absolutely. Take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. And until next time, this is me, Jenny Kirk, saying bye for now.
Night night. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was is gathered there
today, because
today's the day that Jenny did
the Monday Club.
Good night.
Monday Club for everyone. There's lots of Monday Club. Oh, those ducks, they're still tipping the electrons down. Oh, God, you can see your elbows there.
That's because I was actually doing the
Oh, come on. Oh, behave yourself. What are you... Oh, hold on. I've got a green finger here somewhere. Where's that gone?
Oh no! Oh no! Green finger! Stop it!
Oh, you've broken my finger.
Oh no!
Oh, Mum, it's happened again. You have as well. Look at that.
I'll stick a bit of glue in it. Good night, guys. The train now departing is the 2036 service to Grove Street Yard, stopping at Mineth Tatis, Bolton Trinity Road, that unnamed layout that Jenny had when she was still living in her parents' house.
What?
Eindhoven. And then going on to Grove Street Yard. That is the 2036 service to Grove Street Yard.
Hey, wait a minute. What about all those people who were wanting picking up from Getz in Milton Keynes?
And we'll make a special stop at Milton Keynes Getz. Meanwhile, Jenny is currently breaking something. Are you cracking all of the wood? Oh, I'm still on the loudhailer. Ding dong!
Will you just put that duck back in the box?
What the production says. Excuse me, sorry.
He did not say
No,
that.
He said, it's a good job you both really like this in real life. No.
Yes, he came. He was curious as to whether the mask would slip, and then he found out it wasn't a mask.
No.
Our faces really do look like that.
Right.
Do you
Good
want to
night,
press
guys.
The, yeah,
Bye-bye.